What is up, party people? Today it is Monday, July 20th, and I just wrapped up my trading day, so I'm going to be doing a quick recap, going over what trades I made and what rules I broke, what rules I followed, and yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it now. Okay, so this is a chart of the SPY, the S&P 500. It's a 1-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart, and this is the daily chart of the SPY. All right, so today's profit was pretty decent. It's definitely a lot lower than what my daily goal is and what I'm usually getting. So today's profit was, actually I can jump into it right here under monitor, 116. Usually my daily goal is 500, but since I have been trying to revisit rules and make sure that I'm not breaking rules because I was going a little bit crazy with the rules, I have reduced my size and I'm playing it a lot safer now until I can just get my head right and just get back into the trading, the profitable trades and stuff. I've just been so weird lately with my head, and so trying to just play conservatively. This week, we are gonna have a lot of earnings come out for Tesla and Microsoft, I think, a bunch of other, big tech companies. So we should see some good movement and momentum this week. Right now, Tesla is blowing up to over 1,500, pretty crazy. Today, a lot of the tech stocks, last week we had a lot of pullbacks with a lot of them. I should have bought, I had a feeling that I should have been buying with all these pullbacks. So today, of course, all of them are just blowing up and spiking up. And even with Amazon, like I saw at pre-market, it was at like 29.80. And I was thinking, man, should I just buy like one share of Amazon? Should I just buy one? I didn't, because I'm trying to follow my rules. I'm trying to only trade between 9:30 a.m. and 12 p.m. So I did not, and right now Amazon is at 31.42. So would have made over $100 just on one share of Amazon by now, which is, I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. You miss out, you don't take the risk, whatever. All right, so let's go over what happened today. So today I actually had a call with a potential client, so I was not able to trade between this time to this time, and I'll show you here in a second, but I was able to make some profit, like I just showed you, a little over $100 today. So anyway, market opens up, immediately kind of pulls back down to this lower VWAP band, as you can see here. I believe I was buying it. Oh, that's another rule of mine. I went ahead and just cut off all shorting. I'm not doing any more shorting. It just, while I'm trying to get my head right, it's just too much variables of like, oh, should I short here or should I buy here? It's like always like, so instead, if I'm just gonna be a long trader, I'm just gonna be looking for dip buy opportunities. So I think that's gonna really make things a lot easier. So my rules are be patient, no more shorting, no more averaging down, no trend, no trade, follow the trend. So anyway, market immediately pulls back and it is hanging down just below this resistance right in the morning, right? So I do a quick dip buy, make a couple bucks. As you can see, it didn't really go anywhere. It was just kind of pulling back. So it was just some consolidating around this 321 area. Then I had to jump on a phone call at about 10 a.m. So literally right here, I had to jump on this potential client call. I run an internet marketing agency, so a lot of our clients are Amazon sellers and they hire us for Facebook ads, messenger bot build outs, email marketing, all that kind of stuff. And that's what pays the bills, okay? That's what brings in the money. So I got to put that as priority. So I jump on that call. It went well. Hopefully we close them down, we get a new client. Anyway, during that call, it was about from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., so like an hour call. As you can see, the stock just rips and it goes up and up and up and up and up. And then pretty much right around the time getting off that call, I basically missed this massive move, which kind of is a bummer. I mean, I wouldn't have made that much money off of it. I mean, I was buying it down here. I just didn't hold my shares because I was like, I don't know what the market's gonna do. I'm just gonna sell out. So I sold out for that quick profit. As you can see, I should have held. And then it pushes all the way up here. So then I'm jumping back into the market after the call around this level. And I'm like, okay, well, market went up, is pulling back. I'm seeing it consolidating here. So I'm like, okay, it's holding support. You got support right here. It didn't obviously come down to this support level, which was pretty surprising. So I was like, okay, that's bullish. It's not coming down and even touching this support line that I have drawn out here from past levels. So I went ahead and bought. It then pushes up and really kind of does a failed breakout right here. As you can see, it didn't really, let me see if I can zoom in on that. I gotta switch tools and then zoom in right here. So it pushed up above that. I was already long, so I think I was just selling at this point. Wasn't really too excited that it kind of failed this breakout, pulls back, And what I'm kind of seeing is that this is happening so much lately that you think it's super bullish, and then it just drops all of a sudden, but it gets supported, it gets bought back up. So you gotta just look at these immediate pullbacks as like just a quick washout. It's kind of like a retest. It's kind of like the bulls are being tested. It's like, hey, let's quickly test those lower prices, and let's see if this is actually we're at a legit level. When I see that it quickly these flash crashes are just getting bought back up, I'm like, okay, great, that's bullish. Let me go ahead and just buy into that. So I bought into that, held it for a bit, and let me zoom back out here. And so, it pushed back up. I sold out a lot sooner than here. But, then I was just back to watching it, made a couple bucks there, just back to watching it. Went up to the 323.14. Now this line right here, this is 323.41. This is like the all-time high that we have hit during this virus season. So there's a magnet there. It's magnetized. It wants to go up and test that level. It wants to push through that level and push even higher. It's consolidating at these high up levels. If it went up really fast and tested that 323.41 level, it probably would pull back immediately and maybe even sell off a good amount. So it's actually really good that it is consolidating and just kind of hanging out like pretty high up near these high levels. That means that when it does actually push through, it actually will have the strength to push up even higher. Now, it may not hold above it for much long. It may come crashing back down a little bit low and then hang out right below these levels until it has the strength to push up above that COVID high of 323.14. So that's kind of what we're just waiting for right now. We're just consolidating right now. It is in an uptrend, so I could be buying off of this 322. Any dips, really, you can get long into. We're going to see how this earnings season goes. If a lot of the companies are reporting better than expected earnings, then you better believe this market is going to be pushing up way past 323, and it probably will be visiting those highs of 340, 339. So this is that high right here of that level. So as you can see on the daily, it is just really starting to grind near this high. It's really wanting to push through that. So I do think that it's going to push through it, get above it, but if it is going to close above it and hold above it, that's a whole other story. We'll see. I mean, it seems like Trump keeps on pointing to the market during his campaigning. He's like, look at everybody, look at the stock market, look what I'm doing. I'm doing that. You want to vote for me again? Look at everything that I'm doing. So like, he's pumping it up. I mean, he's pushing it up for sure, him and the Fed. So I do think it's going to go up. He actually said, I was looking through TikTok, and he actually said, you're going to see it higher. He literally said, you're going to see those prices much, much higher here pretty soon because, say you're welcome for making, I'm pushing it up there, whatever. So it is what it is. I think it's going to be going up. I'm definitely a bull. I'm going to be buying the dips, trying to follow my rules. Let me just quickly go through them. Rule number 1 is to be patient. Rule number 2 is to have a stop loss. Never open a trade without a clearly defined stop loss and actually stick to that stop loss. That is the challenge, actually sticking to it. And so many times I've been stopped out only for it to come ramping back up. So it's hard because it's like a part of me is like, well, shoot, if I just keep holding this, it's going to just come back up. And so struggles, right? Rule number 3, no trend, no trade. So right now it's consolidating. I mean, it's a little bit of an uptrend. You can see here, low is right here, then a higher low, then a higher low. So it's slightly trending upwards. So you could, say, hey, dip buy it and then wait for it to push through or test this higher level and then sell it. And a lot of people are going to be selling into this resistance because they're all been buyers down here. So it's definitely going to take some time to push through that 323 high. Rule number 4, don't short, only go long. Rule number 5, do not average down. That's definitely one that I struggle with. And then rule number, 6, don't take bored trades. Sometimes I just get bored and I'll just quickly do a quick buy like a scalp. And it's like, I'm just gambling, I'm just bored, and I should not be doing that. So really though, rule number 1, be patient. Be patient on the entry, be patient on when I'm holding it. I actually did pretty good right here. The market came down. This is where I really made majority of my profits today is it came down to here. I dip bought 1,000 shares on SPXL, bought 1,000 shares, and then I literally, because I know that my patience is garbage, I checked out. I went and played with my little 1-year-old daughter, and I just got out of the room, and I was like, look, I'm just gonna come back and check in like 10, 15 minutes. Well, thank God it actually pushed back up to the highs, and I was able to sell it right here, literally at this high, because I just had a feeling that this green candle was not sustainable. So it, it pulled back, came back down to the support level, and now it's just kind of bouncing up and down until it has the strength to push above this 323.14 high of day right there. Anyway, the tech stocks are holy cow, Tesla is just ramping right now. It's now at 1563, and the low today is 1488. And I did make like $1 off of Tesla. I bought it. I bought it when it was down at 1488. I should have held it. Jesus Christ. See, and that goes back to my patience. Like, dude, just hold. If you know you got a decent entry on something, and you have my stop, I have my stop. It is just going parabolic right now. I wish maybe I can just pull it up on this. Look at this thing. Just shooting for the moon, way above the upper band VWAP. So this is a short. Like, you really could, because this is not sustainable, you really could short it. Not that I would recommend it, and I'm definitely not going to do it, but you could short this for a quick just drop down to the VWAP, because the upper band VWAP, that's going to be support when it hits that. Dude, Tesla is nuts. Look at this 5-minute chart. Just up. It's crazy. Anyway, thanks for watching the daily recap of Monday, July 20th. Hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.